What's up, peeps? I'm Alex Glow with Hackster, and I thought I would do a new feature, Friday features, every week from now on. We're gonna go through and highlight our whole team's favorite projects from the last week, and we've got some really good ones for you this week. So, how do you find out what we're excited about? Well, guess what? You'll have it right in your right sidebar when you log in, and you can also check it out on the front page that you see when you go to Hackster.io. Just hit view more featured projects. And if you click into one of these, then you're going to see all the information about how to build it. So the first one that I'm really excited about is connect your ESP8266 to any available Wi-Fi network. If you've built a Wi-Fi enabled device before, and tried to take it anywhere, you know what a huge pain it is to have to switch networks somehow, especially when you're on a device like the ESP8266 that doesn't have a graphical interface. If you thought that connecting your laptop to the wireless in a new place was a nightmare, just try with this. However, some cool folks in the IoT world have found ways to get around this. So the way that the Amazon Echo works and the way that the particle photon works, for example, is that they generate their own wireless network. You connect your device to that network, like your phone or computer or whatever, and you tell it the credentials for the network that it should use. And basically this project allows you to do that with the ESP8266. As you might know, the ESP, it is able to act as an access point as well as connecting to a network as a server. And so basically they've set it up as an access point using ubidots. And then when you go to a new place, you connect to this access point with your phone or whatever. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. It's programmed in Arduino, super simple. So here we see the phone that's going to connect to the ubidots access point. The access point is going to serve this page that is where you enter the SSID, the network ID, and the password for it, if there is one, and then you hit save, and it's going to go ahead and connect. And all this requires is an ESP, in this case it's a Node MCU board, and a little button that you push to start the AP, the access point, running, and then, then it's able to connect to this network, even if it has a password. It's fantastic. So if you've built something off of this super cheap board and you're so frustrated that you can't move it to a new place without completely reprogramming it, now your worries are over. Just go ahead and load this. Next up, we have the ability to run Google Assistant on your Amazon Echo. If you don't want to have to pick between the two options, Google Home and Amazon Echo, you can get at least the search functions of Google on your Echo. This person was frustrated, his name is Ross, he was frustrated because the Alexa search results were not very good. The thing is that it's only really good for Google search. You can't run your home stuff off of this. But guess what? You're running it on an Echo. Just connect that stuff to your Echo in the first place, and you can get weather data and whatever from there, and then use Google to search the web. So it's an Alexa skill that uses the Google Assistant API, and there's a ton of warnings on this that say, this uses chargeable services on AWS, the Assistant API is new and may change, so it might break. This skill is for personal use only and is not endorsed by Google or Amazon. Lots of warnings, but that's how all the new stuff comes with tons of warnings. If you were worried about that, then you wouldn't be building stuff, right? Anyway, maybe not a beginner project, but super useful if you have that same gripe. In a related vein, you've got the ability to build your own Amazon Echo from scratch using a Raspberry Pi and a re-speaker hat. This basically has a stereo mic that will pick up your voice commands, and then you run the Alexa API on a Raspberry Pi. I already mentioned this in a video a few minutes ago because guess what? This kind of thing is Kickstartable. In fact, these guys have got like 150% of their goal already. You could be the next Covey. They've made this beautiful Alexa hub with a glass blown top, and it's made to look like a kerosene lamp, even with a little knob and stuff. this stuff is fundable. Not only is it awesome, but you could turn it into your own Kickstarter if you want. Put your own aesthetic on it. We're not limited to the black cylinder with a little dial on top. Come on, we can be so much more creative than that. Anyway, so yeah, build your own. We also have, in the vein of interaction design, we've got a 3D printed, internet-controlled, self-balancing first-person view robot. Telepresence robot, basically. It's an iPad mounted on top of this robot. It's not super secure. Someone can just pick up your little robot and run away with it, so maybe be careful where you're exploring. But if you have someone you want to talk to that's far away, you can do it in style now. And like, if you get distracted, you can sort of do your little, oh, shiny squirrel thing, you know, and actually see the squirrels off where they are. But it uses a couple DC motors to drive the wheels and stuff. It's self-balancing, and it's really cute. If you just look at this thing, it's sort of looking up at you, and it's got this kind of bulbous design that is very popular for making robots look cute and friendly. It's very unassuming, and you can pick it up by its little handle on the top. So it's really cute and very brilliant design. It's an update to a previous one called the Ralph. And I'll be posting the links for all of these underneath this video on Facebook, so check it out. Next up, we have the smart intercom. You see a ton of smart doorbell projects, both on Hackster and on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and whatever. And this one is kind of cool because it integrates both facial recognition and RFID opening. There's this system called MyFare that powers a lot of the smart sort of transit cards and things, so you don't even have to have a specific dedicated RFID card. Lots of hackerspaces use systems like this for RFID because they can just use like a Clipper card if you're in SF or an Oyster card in London, things like that. You can just program that to work with your hackerspaces system. This one has a dual authentication method. It can either take a picture and recognize you via the camera, or it can use an RFID badge, which is great if you need temporary access, but you can't be put in the system just yet, or for like lending someone access to whatever. The interesting thing here is that it uses two Raspberry Pis in tandem. So one of them runs the camera and the lock, and the other one takes the RFID input. I haven't looked at it long enough to figure out exactly why that is, but it's definitely an interesting setup. And finally, we've got this web-based pattern unlock for IoT devices, again in the security vein. This one runs on a PHPoC board, which you don't see very often, and it serves a little page where you can do a little pattern unlock, just like for your smartphone or whatever. And it encodes this access code as a string and then compares it to a valid string. And then after you've entered the code successfully, it permits you to take action on the IoT devices. So if you're looking for a way to secure your smart home things, this is a good way to go. Always recommend securing anything that you have, controlling stuff in your house or anywhere else, or in your car or anything like that. If you're using a Raspberry Pi, change the root password. Don't leave it on Pi and Raspberry, because everyone who's ever used a Raspberry Pi knows about that. And if you're running on something else like the PHPoC, you can use this cool project to learn how to do your own pattern matching. You could probably adapt this to other systems as well. It's really elegant. So in this case, you can see how they've mapped this V shape to 14863, and that is exactly the string. That's how it's encoded in the security system. And then, yeah, if you're not allowed to undertake actions based on the code that you've entered, then it gives you a nice big denied sign, which is great. I love, things that are able to just totally tell you off. Who doesn't love a huge red denied sign? Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, that's this last week's featured projects. Stay tuned. They'll show up in your right-hand side of your page if you're on your feed. Let's take a look at that. The first thing that you'll see if you click on Hackster.io in the top left, or whoops, that's not where I went to go. Or if you just hit your feed link there, you'll see them here on the right side. Ooh, wait, I'm in a video, so I can say in the right side along up there, I think. I'm not sure where it is in relation to me, but yeah, the featured projects are in the right sidebar, and you can check out what we think is the hottest, coolest stuff from the last week. Thanks for watching and have an awesome weekend! If you publish something in the next week, who knows, you could be the next featured person, and you'll get 50 free points to spend in the Hackster free store, where you can get gift certificates. Pardon. Gift certificates to Adafruit and SparkFun and more. Thanks for watching and have an awesome weekend. And